Biotic and abiotic factors. In ecology, the word environment is used to refer to all conditions or factors surrounding an organism. It includes both biotic and abiotic factors. The biotic factors are all the biological influences on organisms. This means all the living things in an ecosystem. On the other way, the abiotic factors are all the physical components of an ecosystem. This means all the non-living things in an ecosystem. Primary producers. All living things need energy to be alive, because with no energy, there's no movement. You gain energy from the food you eat, but where does that energy comes from? Most life on Earth has energy from the sunlight, but there are some organisms that gain energy from chemical reactions. Only plants and certain animals can gain energy from sunlight or chemicals, and transform it into forms that living cells can use. These organisms are called autotrophs. Autotrophs store energy in ways that other organisms may eat them and gain energy. That's why autotrophs are also called primary producers, which are the first producers of energy-rich compounds that are later used by other organisms. As said before, primary producers gain energy directly from the sun or with chemical ways.
Consumers. Consumers are also called heterotrophs. This means that they must obtain their energy from other organisms by ingesting them. There are 6 types or groups of consumers. The first one is carnivores. They must catch and kill their prey. Some examples may be the puma and the lion. The second one are herbivores. They only eat plant leaves, roots, seeds, or fruits. Some examples are horses, cows, and zebras. The third one are the scavengers. They eat carcasses of animals. An example is the vulture or king vulture. The fourth one is the omnivores. They eat a mixture of plants and animals. Some examples are bears and humans. The fifth one are the decomposers. They feed by chemically breaking down organic matter. Some examples are fungi and some bacteria. The sixth one are the detritivores. They eat detritus particles. Some examples include the earthworm and the snail. Food chains and food webs. Energy in every ecosystem flows in a one-way stream from primary producers to consumers. A food chain is a series of steps in which organisms transfer energy by eating or being ingested. An example of this can be a rabbit eating a worm which ate grass. Then a snake will come and eat the bunny, and an eagle will come and eat the snake.
Trophic levels and ecological pyramids. Each step in a food chain or food web is called a trophic level. Primary producers always make up the first trophic level. Various consumers occupy every other level. One way to illustrate the trophic levels in an ecosystem is with an ecological pyramid. Ecological pyramids show the relative amount of energy or matter contained within each trophic level in a given food chain or food web.
Cycles of matter.
Matter moves through the biosphere different than the way in which energy moves. Solar and chemical energy are captured by primary producers and then pass in one-way fashion from one tropical level to the next. Elements pass from one organism to another and among parts of the biosphere through closed loops called biochemical cycles, which are powered by the flow of energy. As the word suggests, cycles of matter involve biological process, geological process, and chemical process. There are many ways in which the process involved in biological chemical cycles can be classified, like biological process, geological process, chemical and physical process, and human activity. The water continuously moves between the oceans, the atmosphere, and land, sometimes outside living organisms and sometimes inside them. This is called water cycle.
Some facts about the carbon cycle is that carbon is found in several large reservoirs in the biosphere. In the atmosphere, it is found as carbon dioxide gas. In the oceans, as dissolved carbon dioxide. On land, in organisms, rocks, and soil, and underground as coal, petroleum, and calcium carbonate. Some facts about the nitrogen cycle is that the atmosphere is the largest reservoir of nitrogen in the biosphere. Nitrogen also cycles through the soil and through the tissues of living organisms.